Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for the hearts. Hey girl. I've been seeing everybody put up everywhere. They've been putting up, hey Brittany, hey girl. Hi, Shannon. We have to get together. Liz. Hey Danny. I saw people putting up happy Galentines Day and I was like, that's just so cute. Like, to my girls. Hey boo. And I was like, let me check in on Periscope. I've actually had an action-packed day, not like with my boo or anything. Hey, Tiana. But I've definitely been uber busy. But I had a really good day, and I was like, let me check in with my single friends on Periscope and say hey and let them know that, you know, I'm hanging in here with y'all, holding on strong. Hi, added you on Snap finally. Oh, so that's you, Liz. I need to go back. I was like, I wonder if that's really Liz. I had a great day too. Yeah, I had an amazing meeting last night. If you guys saw my Periscope from yesterday, well, it's probably going now, but if you saw the replay, it's on Catch too. If you go on Catch, it's on there. We had an amazing meeting with my team. God showed up in a mighty, mighty, mighty way. Got some training, and it was a bunch of fun, and it blessed me immensely. Tiana, afterwards, we broke out in prayer and prophecy, healing. It was crazy. But God is so good because he showed me that that's what my meetings would start being even last month. So I saw the replay. Yeah, I cut it off when it got really good, when God came, and I was like, oh yes, this is it. When it got really personal, I just was like, let's just cut it off. Yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, I woke up, I signed up a new business partner. So that started my day off great. I talked to some more people that want to work with me with It Works Global. Then I did a little personal Bible study for my daily Bible study group that I have on Facebook and posted in there. I made a lasagna for my church home. We had we do freedom and deliverance training on Sundays, and then we had an actual meeting, a church meeting today, and we had it pot blessing style. So I made a lasagna, and we all ate, and the meeting was everything. Seriously, considering it works now. Liz, come on. Come on. Like, just come on to the other side. Come on. You are welcomed. You're welcome. Even Stephen was like, is Liz joining It Works? And I was like, well, we were actually talking about it, so maybe you should do it. Let's go, Liz. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I think everybody on here is either a customer or a loyal customer. I mean, whether a customer or a distributor that's actually on my scope right now, and all of them not even on my team. I think one person isn't on my team. That's Tiana. Which I wish she was, but it's all right. Well, if all three of you agree, then I might as well. Come on, yay! It's so easy. Oh my goodness, like so easy. Me either. Oh, you're not on my team either? If you're, let me see who this is. I don't know. I'm sorry. What's It Works? What It Works is a wellness company. We have wellness products. We have essential oils. We have weight loss products. We have skincare. Tamika, hey Tamika. Get paid from I literally sit on my cell phone and I just talk to people on social media about my product. I post pictures. They like the pictures. I ask them if they want more information. 9 times out of 10, they say yes. I give them the information and they order the product. And as a distributor, when I start thinking about people that I'm friends with on social media, oh yeah, and Tiffany's in there too. I could put you and Tiffany on the same team. That would be perfect. I can, like, literally, you guys would be working together. And then, yeah. But, I forgot where I was going. Oh, and then for distributors, when I'm thinking about people on my social media, and I'm scrolling through and I'm like, oh, I really, really would want this person on my team. And I just let them know, like, hey, I'm strategizing for my dream team. And I was thinking of you. Don't know if you're interested in the business, but I thought I should ask. And you know how many people are like, yeah, I actually have been considering it. But nobody asked them or gave them any more information, you know, after they liked their photo. So that's all I do. And then when I'm out and about, I just tell people what I have and I give them a coupon, or I text them a coupon, wrap them, you know, and give them the information and take it from there. It's super, super, super easy. Super easy. like super easy. And I give you all the training tools. I have a website, I have a VIP chat group, I also have a strategy Facebook group, and then I have like a beginners group too, where I literally feed the information to you guys on what to say and how to say it, so that way you don't feel like you start and you're like, well, what do I do now? But yeah, back to my topic of the scope. Yeah, and then after we had the meeting, I just kind of sat around and I talked to some people at church and I got inspired. One of the members at my church is like my mentor in my head and also my friend, and she always like pushes me to do the things that I'm supposed to do. So what do you do when you get started on your team? What do you need to get started on your team? Sorry, you would enroll for $99, and the great thing about that is in the kit you get 4 tubes of this blah, blah, blah. Why do I always talk? Why does my tongue get tied? I'm gonna have to pray that away. But you get 4 tubes of defining gel. You get promotional material. Your website is free. You also get a box of 4 body wraps. So, and I think I have a box nearby. With that box of wraps, you literally ask 4 people. 4 of your closest homegirls, 4 coworkers, 4, thanks Liz. You did that last night too. I know, I'm always stumbling over my tongue. It's crazy. You get a box in the kit. It's going to come with 4 wraps in it. This is what it's packaged like this. When you take it out and I'll do a scope on how you put it on another day. But you get 4 of them, $25 a wrap. You make your $99 back. And that's as easy as it is. So I tell people all the time, it was risk-free. I was like $99. I have an incentive to get it back, basically a guarantee. So I said, even if I do it and I don't really like it, I can always just, peace out, and at least I make my money back. So that was one of the things I like too. Some companies, they want you to spend like $500 a month on product. No. No, that's crazy. I do order product on a monthly basis because I believe I can't sell anything I'm not using, and it's also a way for us to be commission qualified. But I can spend. That's okay. Let me say this to make it make sense for you guys. My position on average makes about $16,000 a month, and my overhead is about maybe $100 and something. Hey Tiffany's on my team too. She's in Florida, and it's like $100 and something a month. But if I have 150 in volume, literally only 150 in volume, guys, I don't have to pay for anything and I still get paid. I've ran my business and made thousands of dollars with no overhead on some months. So it's definitely worth it. They make it so that way they give you more than you have to put out. And they also give you $120 of free product when you join. So in your first 30 days, you'll get $120 of free product to either get 2 more boxes of wraps, which will turn into $200 in cash, or you can try whatever products that you want to try. So yeah, that's legit. Yeah, it's so easy. And we are a Christian company. We are on the foundation. Jesus is it. So, I couldn't have asked for a better company. I don't have to compromise my standards. I don't have to compromise my walk with God. Actually, this business gives me the platform to do ministry. Last night was a training that turned into a whole total healing, deliverance, and prophecy breakout session. And that same thing happened last month. And it's becoming a thing. I'm like, oh, so this is what's going on. And God revealed that, Tiffany, oh my God, if I would have let you guys stay online, you would have been like, oh my Lanta. So if you sell $150 monthly, you have no monthly costs. That works for me. The Jesus stamp. Yeah, it was everything, but no monthly costs. And really, I tell my team to get at least 400. I gotta watch it now. Well, I didn't record the part where Stephen started prophesying. It was too intimate for me to put on any type of platform. So that part isn't on there, but the teaching was on there. Shay, I think you might have been on there for the teaching. But yeah, so my business is literally my mission field now. It's bigger than just, showing somebody how to make additional income. It's really about changing their lives. And that's one of our slogans. It will change your life, literally. And I can use this business to minister the gospel and increase people's hope and the fact that they can walk in their birthright of being somebody that is someone that's wealthy. It was intense. I cried like a baby multiple times. It was very intense, but I believe that a lot of stuff that people were carrying was left at God's feet. Nobody's carrying that stuff today, and that you can't put money on that. you know? And if it wasn't for me saying yes and spending $99 with this company, I might have not been in position for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about it, it's really not about me. It's really not about me. And when I go through my whole journey about this company and, you know, why I even wanted additional income, it started off with God. People are like, how did you get in the company? And I'm like, you want to know the backstory? Well, in May of 2012, I decided I was going to be celibate. I was going to give my life to Christ for real, for real. You know, you get saved multiple times before you're really in there. And then I was like, you know, I'm going to start reading this Bible instead of just going to church and going to the scripture. And in the midst of me growing with God from May till about September, in the midst of that, God was like, oh, well, yeah, you know, that bartending job, you can't do that. And I was like, what? You can't what? And that was where my extra money was coming from. I was working in a call center too. I needed the income. You know, I wasn't making enough money. So I said, well, God, if that's the case, you need to bring me something that's going to make me the money. And I had so many things standing against me, y'all. Like, I had some things on my record. But I was in school too. You know, I had all of these things that said you would be a failure, you know? So I'm like, okay, God, now you're telling me in order to serve you, I can't do this, but this is helping me make money. And then, you know, then you want me to live this life for you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, and I was straight up with God, and the good thing about it though, God took the taste out of my mouth for even wanting to bartend. I used to love bartending. It was my thing. I used to go to work and I would literally cry, y'all. I would cry before my shift because I just felt the conviction was so strong and my spirit was so vexed. I was like, I have to get out of here. Have to. So thankfully, my friend Shantae, who was an angel in my life, because she's the one that encouraged me to increase my walk with God and to really go celibate. She's also my sponsor in this business and my neighbor. She was my roommate at the time, but now she's my neighbor. So yeah, but nonetheless, I got introduced to the company. It made sense. It was an answered prayer, and God literally showed me through the journey that, you know, you spent all this time trying to do it the way everybody else did. You spent all this time trying to get this piece of paper to validate you. When you said yes to me, I validated you that day. That day I said, yes, you can have everything that I have stored up for you. Not that piece of paper from a degree. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I've just been like, well, let's rock and roll. And nothing to discredit people that have a degree. That just wasn't the road for me. You know, it just wasn't what God had for me. God needed to take another route in my life so that way he can get the glory out of my life for other people that aren't supposed to take that route either. For other people that know there's something more. You literally used to sit in my little cubicle desk thing and I would be like, there's gotta be something more. And I told the people I work with, I was like, God's telling me that there's something more. Oh, where's my journal? I got a journal entry, y'all. And God kept telling me, he was like, it's something more that I have for you. Even when I used to be at the bartending club, I used to be on Twitter. Like, God just kept showing me something so much bigger. And I just was like, there has to be something more. And I didn't know exactly what it is. So yeah, definitely, Danny, pray on it and contact me. I can actually send you some more information. And, you know, whatever God allows, go with it. And I gotta find this journal now because it's a part of this story that wasn't even supposed to be this story tonight. But in the journal, I literally, because my boss was yes, please. He was such a hostile boss. Something happened that day, and I wrote in my journal, and I basically said that I wasn't going to be there much longer. And I was thanking God for what he had coming my way. There has to be something more. Yeah, absolutely. This is going to drive me crazy because I don't know where this journal is. I guess I was just scared of the no's from people around me and never seeing anyone beside, you know. And that the thing is, my business is off of people that don't know me. People that supported me in my first year. I built my business off strangers. You know, my mom's a loyal customer. My sister joined the business with me. And my cousin was a customer. My aunt was a customer. A lot of my friends, though, they joined, left, kind of. They weren't really with it. But I just didn't let that bother me. The no's and the yeah. When people tell me no, I just think not right now. It's just not their time right now. Thanks. This is really supposed to be like an encouragement thing for my single girls, but it just took a different turn. You know how Periscope can be. But I found the journal, y'all. Hey, girl. Hey. So let me find this entry. But yeah, I was basically saying, while I'm looking for this, I was just saying, oh, let me put my charger back in, because if I don't want my phone to die, this is encouraging. Oh, good. That I felt like I needed to come on here and encourage someone. So that's confirmation for me. Happy Single Awareness Day, ladies. Oh, I think I found it. I don't think it's really Single Awareness Day. I know that I'm single all days, you know. I do think today is really a love day. Or, you know, if you're single, it's a Galentines Day. Hang out with your girlfriends. I was like, let me get on Periscope and hang out with my girlfriends who don't have a date tonight, you know, who may be sitting home and may be feeling discouraged. God will remove you from any negative situation to a more productive and positive. Absolutely. And I was like, you know, somebody else might be feeling the way. Well, I wasn't feeling bad. I just came from church. I'm actually pretty uplifted. And I was like, you know, somebody else might need to be encouraged that it's okay that I'm single tonight too, you know. And it's all good. It's a regular Sunday. We went to church. Amen. Okay, this is the letter. I'm not feeling no way. Me either. And when those feelings do try to come up, I'd be like, And those feelings can come up on any day. So, you know, so here's the November of 2012. Oh, wait, is this the one? Oh, yeah, I think so. Thank you for the good and the bad and what's to come. Grant me understanding to the craziest ways of people who call themselves my boss. Have your way in my place of work. I know you are working all of this madness out for my good. Nothing can keep me from you, no matter how hard the enemy tries me. Thank you in advance for your faithfulness in the midst of the storm. I joined the company in, what was it? September 2012. This was in November 2012. So I was a Ruby. I had quit the bartending job, but I was still at the job that I hated. My 9-to-5. I hated my boss. Hated, y'all, because he was just, I think now that I think back and now that I know what I know, he was definitely operating. He had a demon. He was possessed. It was definitely a spirit. I just didn't know then. I wish I would have known, because he would have had to get up out of there. I would have been equipped. But nonetheless, I learned. But I just had, I had to say, God, grant me understanding. Thank you for having your way in my job. Thank you that this madness is working out for my good. Nothing's going to keep me away from you, no matter how hard the enemy tries me. Thank you in advance for your faithfulness in the midst of the storm. This was in 2012, y'all, before I retired in March of 2013. But I knew that something better was coming. So if you're in a situation where you feel like, I know that there's more for me. I'm not happy with this situation. I'm definitely being challenged and tried by God. You have to stand on faith on what he says and just know that it's going to work out. I revisit this a lot because it reminds me even now of the things that I'm challenged of. Remember your mindset then? Remember you trusting God then? So you better trust him now. And when you trust him, he says, oh, I can trust you. Here you go. And here you go. And here you go. And he just keeps adding unto you. Because you keep seeking him and you keep believing him. And in Hebrews, that was what I circled in my my Bible today. It said, without faith, it's impossible to please him. It's impossible. Impossible. So you have to have faith. Like, that is the main ingredient to this relationship with God. You have to have faith. So I just, I believe him. And you have to believe, and faith is but it's the belief of the things that you don't see, but it's going to happen, So all of these things that you're believing God for, but you don't see the fruit yet, you just have to keep on pushing and keep on believing that he's going to do it because he said he would. And you have to just go on that. You can't get caught up in what you see. You can't. But yeah, so that's part of my story with It Works Global. And I'm a presidential diamond now, pushing my way to ambassador. And my team is rocking out with me, so I'm so excited. So many people are joining my team. It just doesn't even make sense, y'all. I'm getting like a new business partner a day. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's a true testament of God's promise. My first year in the business, I was a Ruby. December 7th of 2012, I got a prophecy from Prophet Todd Hall. And he said, you're doing something. No, first of all, he called my name the first night. And then he said, you have to come back tomorrow for your word. He looked at me, he said, oh, you're the one. And he said, you have to come back tomorrow for your word. So I had never really been prophesied for real too. So, I was like, I'm going to come back and see what the Lord's saying. But prophecy wasn't something that was familiar to me. My pastor then prophesied to me a couple times. But, oh, Tiffany. And if he prophesies to you, oh, baby, you could take that prophecy to the bank. So, he said to me, you're doing something. Man called me out by my first and last name. He said, you're doing something, and I see women's midsection shrinking by 2 to 3 inches. And I said, and my homegirls are with me, and they're going crazy because they know what he's talking about. And my sponsor was with me too. So he kept talking. He was like, I got the CD somewhere too. I'll play the CD one day when we're on here. And he said, I don't know what you're doing. He said, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to help a lot of women. And he said, do you have an LLC? And I said, no. And I didn't even know what an LLC was, y'all. Like, clueless. And one lady, she was like a limited liability. Shoot, I can't even think of the last letter now. But she said, do you have it? And I said, no. So then he said, well, God is saying, when you get your LLC, put it in Mason Enterprise. I ain't know this man from Adam. I didn't know him. This man is real. LOL, yes. After Jew is done. Didn't know him. And my homegirls, we're all going crazy again because he said my last name now. And they're like, why does that matter to you? And I'm like, that's my last name. So everybody in the church is going crazy too. So he just keeps prophesying. He was like, you're going to be a multi-millionaire. He even put a number on it. He was like, you're going to do this. You're going to help so many women. And he said so much other stuff too. And I just was like, wow. And literally after that, my business went pew. And I was like, oh, and I never told my team this prophecy. I never told them. I just held on to it because I believed God was going to do it, and I didn't want to release it. And then this was my belief at the time, that if I released it to people, if somebody didn't believe it, it wouldn't happen. So I didn't tell anybody, but the people that were there. But when I saw it happen, I said, oh, wow. And it just completely, turned my life upside down. Like, it was crazy. So yeah. That's where I am. Shanique was in here. Sharon Gilmore, Tiffany, Shay, Tiana, Keisha, Lizzie. Hey, Lizzie, Liz, Danielle. Just seeing who's in here. That's my part of my story with It Works. Because there's a whole nother part of the story where I got engaged in the midst of my my business. I got engaged. What was that, March? I got engaged March 9th. I quit my job March 28th. I was planning this wedding. I went in Presidential Diamond. Yes, he has. And I'm so thankful for it. I went Presidential Diamond in June. And in July, end of July, my ex-fiance broke up with me. 2 weeks after we sent out our wedding invitation, 2 months before our wedding, we were getting married in October. Flipped my world upside down. Here I am. I'm like, God, I'm serving you. I'm walking with you. You send me my husband. And when I say, I just knew he was sent from God because he walked into my church while I was singing in the choir and he was fine and all of that stuff. He didn't send him. No, not at all. I'm singing in the choir. He was friends with my pastor and I was like, oh, this will work, And I didn't go after him or anything. We just kind of casually fell into, he wasn't the one. He wasn't the one. Casually fell into a relationship and everything was good. We were honoring God. Yeah, he was a distraction. The enemy tried to use him to take me out, to get me to stop trusting God, to stop loving him, to fall away from him. But the thing about it was, I'm a faith girl. Like, I believe God. God has given me the gift of faith. And the enemy tried it. He tried it. But the one thing that actually did, it pushed me so much closer to God, y'all. Like, when that happened, I was in such an emotionally distressed place that I pushed and pressed into God like no other. I was literally holding on to God's coattail and would not let go because I just knew. I said, this is the enemy, and God, I trust you. Period. That's it. I trust you. And even though it hurt me to the core, it was the worst, best thing that ever happened to me, because it saved me from a lifetime of hell and loyalty to the wrong man. You're telling my testimony too. Speak it. Amen. I just finished writing this in my journal. Wow. I lost my train of thought. Darn. What was I saying? This always happens. I was talking about him. No, you're fine. It's my brain. I just knew I had to keep, pushing closer to God, and I had to hold on to him. Like, I would literally, even in my midst of crying, I would be talking to God. I had my Bible in my bed, and I would open it to scriptures that I had to just keep reading over and over. I was going to every church service I could get my hands onto. Being faithful to the wrong man. God was saving me from a lifetime of being faithful to the wrong man, and also a lifetime of stress. If I wouldn't have went through all of that, I wouldn't have been pushed into my destiny. I would have met my mentor. I met Faith Walkman, my mentor. I met her literally in November after it happened at the end of July. I was introduced to her. She helped me map out my purpose. And I believe that's why God brought her into my life, because he was like, look, if you're not going to let me go, let me hook you up with somebody that's going to show you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And he hooked me up with her, and the first day I met her, she prophesied into my life and was like, you're going to teach the gospel and da-da-da-da-da-da. And she actually prophesied about my husband. You said the best, worst thing in the world. It is tweetable. When the devil tried to use him for his purpose, God used him to bring you closer. Yes, he did. He definitely beat the enemy at his own game with this one, because the enemy really tried it, y'all. He really tried it. But giving up on God wasn't even something that was in me. God actually revealed in me that my ex-fiance would give up on him. My one and only reading over and over is Psalm 27:14. I'm going to have to go look that up. Wait on the Lord. Oh, yeah. Wait on the Lord. And even now, since we've broken up, and the crazy thing is, I have not spoken to him. I have not seen him. Nothing. We have no ties. He moved back to Charlotte, 2 hours away from me, and all I know is he's had a baby since then, and that he doesn't go to church and he doesn't believe in God anymore. And, honestly, I'm in a place now where I'm okay, but I'm going to tell you all the truth. It was hard getting over that. It was really, really, really hard. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, waiting on God. Yeah, I would rather wait than be with the wrong guy. Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's definitely mending the broken pieces of my heart. And not even mending, it's mended. He's just getting rid of the residue of anything else before he sends my husband. He didn't believe in God then. He probably didn't. I think he was just doing it for me, because he knew that's where I was in my life. So he had to I don't want to say make it seem like, because there was a lot of it that was really authentic. But I think he just, he did it more so for me in the relationship versus him doing it for himself. And I can see that now. I just couldn't see that then. Wait on the Lord. Yes, honey. When I tell you, I'm in the most content single season of my life. The most content. Do I desire to be with someone? Yes. Am I fashioned to want partnership? Absolutely. God made me that way. But I'm also been made to have common sense and to listen to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So I'm content now. I tried, when we broke up, I tried still dating people and trying to get over it the way that we do. You get over one guy, you go find another guy and talk to him. Didn't work. Actually, just the enemy tried to use more guys to trip me up. He tried to use a Jehovah's Witness, tried to use a Muslim. I'm 30 on a 30-day fast, man. Thankful for the common sense, seriously. And I've been in my prayer room. Yes, honey, it's right over there. It's right over there. Right over there. I let some of my distributors go in my prayer closet yesterday before they left. Right over there. It's not a game. Not a game. So you guys be encouraged. Be encouraged. Like, today was a good day. I'm glad it was a good day for y'all too, and I'm glad y'all hanging out with me. I'm actually gonna my friend Tay, she's at an event right now. It was like and that's another thing too. The more you learn about your husband and the more you listen to God and you really get in that secret. I can't wait till this is a book. Oh my God, Liz, go ahead and prophesy. I was talking to Tiffany today and she was telling me how to write my book and have it out like this. So yeah. It's definitely going to be a book. While God is getting you ready over here, God is getting your husband. Yes, he is. I believe it, you guys. Like, I believe it more than anything else. Tiffany is amazing. Yes, she is. She's like the best friend, mentor a person could have. Like, yeah. Is that from the book, The Girl That Wrote God Say Yes? Yes, you can. Yes, can't wait for the book. I love her too. Do it, do it, do it. My book is coming out next month. Congratulations. Yeah, I have to, like, literally, I'm going to, this is a part of everything God wants me to birth in this season. So I'm going back into labor, y'all. I'm just going to push out. So I think I'm going to be doing a lot more scopes too about things that are in my book because, yeah. Yeah. But, you know, back to being, I will be reading it. It's going to be so good, guys. And I'm not just being biased because it's me. Like, even when I'm thinking about it, and I've already started writing it out. And the more, even as I'm talking to you guys and I tell my testimony and tell my story, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much I have to say. And people need to hear it. I'm starting mine soon. Got a lot of births coming this season. Yes, you definitely need to be working on that, Shay. And we'll talk about that more too. But, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm expectant of what I deserve. And you know, I was really going to settle with that last guy. And then I started settling with all these other guys and just a waste of my time. But now I'm just like going to sleep. And I'm just, and even it's so to the point now where I don't even go to every event. There was a lot of different singles, mixers, events, and things going on that I could have went to. And God was just like, no, like he literally told me straight up, you don't need to go there. No, I already taught you that. No, you don't, your husband's not there, so you don't need to go in that crowd. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited because I can hear God clearer than ever in this season. I'm well aware of things to look for when my husband comes. I'm I'm growing in my gifts, you know, like my gifts are like magnified in this season. And I'm excited about that because that's something that, follow me, I'm a marriage coach. Oh, yes. And you know, that's another thing too. It's funny because, and this is just kind of how God works. There's another girl on here named, I forget her name, but she's a wife coach. And not a life coach, a wife coach. And I've been watching, she just got so stirred. You're up next then. I was watching her scope and I pay attention to her scopes and I tell her, I'm like, you know, I'm a single girl, but I'm on here to listen to what you have to say because I'm going to be married one day. And I need to know this stuff that you're talking about. I'm following Sharon. Oh, you were talking to her. I need to know this stuff. I need to be well equipped, you know? So I'm excited. I'm excited. And I'm excited because I know what God is doing. And being in a place where you know your healing is taking place and you know that God is getting those ugly things out because he's preparing you for the real thing, even though it can hurt just a little bit when you're getting that rest of that gunk out, it's a assurance of, you know, yeah, the real thing is coming. God's really got me in his hands. He's really working on me. So thanks. I'm doing a video when I get home. 40 minutes. Okay. What is the wife coach name? What is her name? She does the shirts, bags over Bibles. It's going to drive me crazy now. She's connected with Tamra Hush that has Hush Boutique. Kingdom Chicks. The girl, she does Kingdom Chicks. That might ring a bell for